Hello FPL managers, welcome back to the channel. Here's a new video after a short break. In this one I'll take you through how my team did in Game Week 11 and we'll look at some of the potential transfers to bring in for the upcoming game weeks. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and get loads and loads of fantasy content every week. So without further ado, let's start with the team review first. This is how the team looked like at the end of Game Week 11. Ramsdale continues to return and looks like a promising option just like Sanchez was last year. With his 7 points, he has now kept 7 clean sheets this season. Surprisingly, my defense looks more decorated with the points than my forwards. Tar did what he does week in and week out. Another assist for the Liverpool wingback, and this time he netted the ball in 2 with a free kick for his 12 points. Cancelo on the other hand brought his A game as he assisted 2 goals just like he did midweek in the Champions League. Ben White has been a gem in my team too. Unexpectedly, he always comes up with points that are really helpful in most of the game weeks. Now moving on to the midfield, Salah the Essential, like I always say, is returning consistently, and with the armband he brought in 10 this week. Jota turned out to be a disappointment as he was a great differential and him scoring could have been a better boost for the rank. Disappointingly, he blanked. Rafinha on the other hand scored a goal for his 9. A lot of managers benched him for the week and this paid off really well for all those who started him. The forward line looks awful as all of them blanked. Harry Kane had his chances throughout the game. He was certainly more involved comparing to his previous games, yet he failed to register any attacking return. Just like Harry Kane, Jimenez also had a bad day as Wolves were held down by Crystal Palace. Moving on to Tony, without a doubt he has to be the most overhyped FPL pick this season. Every week he blanks and every week there is an increase in his price, which is quite surprising. Obviously there is no doubt on his ability to score and he is an excellent player, but he hasn't really clicked in terms of FPL yet. All of it resulted in a total of 69 points and that gave an increase to the rank as it was a score way above the average. The rank now rests on 73k overall, which is pretty nice considering how bad of a fall I had in the previous 2 game weeks. So now I'll be talking about some of the potential midfielders that you can transfer in and target the upcoming game weeks for better points. The list starts with Gallagher of course. The Crystal Palace midfielder is among the top 10 goal scorers this season. A good set of fixtures coming up for Crystal Palace. Burnley, Villa and Leeds are the 3 upcoming fixtures. None of these are defensively solid sides. Of course Villa has a new manager, but they won't start to defend like Chelsea this quick. These really are a good set of fixtures to invest in. He is usually very involved in the attacks for Crystal Palace and has a good number of touches inside the box. He is still under the ownership of a handful managers, so any points will obviously result in a good rank increase. Now moving on to Trossard, he is another midfielder I have been considering and a big differential. Previous to Premier League games, he has been playing as a striker. That is definitely a plus point if any of you are considering to invest in him. 3 goals and 1 assist so far for the Brighton midfielder. Looking at the set of fixtures, he has got 2 good points returning fixtures, then he faces West Ham and then again Southampton is a nice fixture after it. Looking at the stats, he has got some good number of shots and 12 of them landed on target. One more advantage with Trossard is that he is on penalties. The third pick is Cornet and he has become a sensation for Burnley since he started scoring goals. He has scored 4 goals in 6 appearances that he made in the Premier League. He is another player who plays as a striker out of position despite being listed as a midfielder. His stats look convincingly clinical as he netted the ball in 4 times with his 6 or 7 shots that were on target. In the long run, Burnley too has some good fixtures and if you are looking for a cheap midfielder, you can invest in Cornet for some good returns in the longer run of course. So I've been considering Bowen for a while now. This is because I owned Ben Rama during the starting days and it was actually Bowen who provided the attacking returns to his owners alongside Antonio. He has got 4 assists and 2 goals this season, making him an option to be considered either now or in the upcoming game weeks. The set of fixtures is not as easy as the other midfielders discussed earlier, but that has been the case with Bowen so far this season. Despite the difficulty in the fixtures, he has been returning in and out. He is also a good differential and can be a good asset to consider after game week 15 in which West Ham plays Chelsea. So this was my analysis on some of the good cheap midfielders to target in the upcoming game weeks. Of course you can leave your suggestions in the comments below. I also ran a poll on Twitter to get input from you guys and Gallagher stood out as the most voted player, hence the most popular pick that people are really considering for the upcoming game weeks. I will upload a team selection video shortly and of course there are UCL fantasy videos coming too at weekend. So stay tuned and if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and enjoy loads and loads of fantasy content on the channel. Thank you for watching FPL Experts.